Hello and welcome to the Fantasy Survival Guide. My name is Mage, and today we're talking about mending, prestidigitation, or pretty much any sort of repairing spell that would make adventurer's life so much easier. It's a relatively simple concept. Pretty much any sort of magic system allows you to repair a small break, tear, or rip in fabric, metal, or any kind of material. In real life, on a small, grounded, and low-level scale, being able to fix pretty much anything as long as you have the required components and parts is such a huge deal. Adventuring is a hard gig, and resources are scarce. You're out in the wilderness for a while, not really access to metals, fabrics, or any sort of tools or equipment. And any sort of break or failure in equipment can be life-threatening. A chip in your axe, breaking your flint and steel, that's a bad time for you. Having sort of easy repair spells should be standard for almost any adventurer. Say your wood chopping hatchet breaks, or your flint and steel chips, and there's not a blacksmith around for 20, 30 miles. Or there's a tear in your robe or tunic exposing you to the cold night. Having a small utility spell to repair anything that breaks should be standard for all adventurers. Another good example of this is if you're in a fight, or more or less afterwards. After a battle, an adventurer's weapons and armor are going to be beat up, bruised, broken, chipped. Having some sort of small spell to fix it, especially if you can't go into a city or to a blacksmith, is going to be so useful. This especially works for the adventurer that always has to be on the move. Whether they're in hostile territory or there is some sort of imminent quest that needs to be done as fast as possible, they wouldn't have time to stop and repair their armor. I have seen swords break, torn in half. I've seen chainmail get ripped off, thrown to the pieces, armor dent. You're not always going to be able to find all the pieces, and it's not worth the time looking for it. Whether swords or axes being chipped, or chainmail rings flying off and landing in the dirt. So you still have to know basic equipment upkeep, repairing your sword, resharpening it, making new rings for your chainmail. You're still going to know these basic things. The spell is relatively balanced in this way, but it is still incredibly useful, still allowing you to speed up this process of repairing equipment, and is a general all-around useful spell to have for any adventure. This sort of spell also might be really good for rogues, especially anyone sort of trying to break into a place and not leave a trace. Whether you're climbing the side of a wall, making footholds, and repairing the places beneath. Say you smash a window to open a door, or break open a padlock. You can just repair it after you enter the house. Or perhaps you want to hide any sign of your traces. A scuffed floor, a broken dresser, broken fabric. All of this torn during a fight. If you assassinate a guard or high-value target, you could repair their armor so it looks like they're just sleeping. Continue with the lock idea. If you're on the run from the guards or any other sort of ne'er-do-wells, you could have prepared a path ahead of time. A small alleyway with a gate at the end. As you run through the gate, you turn around, cast a spell, and a big old ball of steel repairs itself around the gate. Or maybe a padlock affixes to it, blocking the enemy's way. There's a lot of things this spell could do that a rogue could take advantage of. Thank you all for watching this essay. If you're interested, I have some more right here. And thank you all so much for the last video. It is by far my most popular video, and is the least effort I have ever put into a project. Thank you all so much for your support. Good luck on your adventure, and God bless.